Alright, I'm back. I just had dinner. It's time to see if we can finish this off. Give me a sec here, please. Missing one journal entry. One, two notes. These are found in the. Hopefully, I can figure out where the ones I missed are. Okay, I don't think he saw me. Let's try that again. That's a great start. I think I need this anymore. Head north and then left to get out of the lab. Keep going south to reach Techno Rehab. We've bottles and bodies in all sorts of studies, and all of us here are quite friendly. We're buddies. notes and remarks about regeneration, and whether or not they can heal degradation. There's also some beakers and bottles and leakers. The liquid inside smells just like my old sneakers. Tank full of slime which is bubbling and churning, and bubbles with purpose as though it is learning. Ow. Yeah, I hate how sensitive those triggers are too. February 12, 1967. Found what he searched for a month ago now. He looked at it often and often said, "Wow, I have never seen such a thing. Phil, have you?" "No, sir," I said, and I must have seen blue. Because out of the blue, suddenly the doc said, "Philip, have you been crying? Your eyes, they look red." Not wanting to ruin the doc's special find, I simply said, "Sorry, a lot's on my mind." I know better now than to utter her name. Frankly, with her gone, nothing's been the same. I spent a good while researching like mad, all the while trying to hold on to all that they had. I had hoped that he wouldn't find a rock there, if it led to some terrible scare. He just needs to move on at the end of the day. I guess that's insensitive, but that's what I say. Ow. Our new hero is taking quite the shine to me. I'm a little embarrassed, but still filled with glee. Thomas can be a bit tricky to read, so I'm happy to be there for her every need. Name's Angelique. She's incredibly smart. To watch her at work is to watch her make art. This jellyfish gel of hers could be the key to gifting mankind immortality. Still needs more tests, and she says it's unstable. Thomas will have to wait if he's able. Truthfully speaking, I've always wanted to be in parents, but I've been haunted by this horrid body and illness of mine. Maybe instead Angelique will do fine. Maybe her gel will help Thomas and I make another. Maybe giving birth's not the only way to be a mother. As she is now, though, my girl's still too soft. Come tomorrow morning, we'll go to the loft. Alright. Just one note left. Stew. Hold on a second. I have to go now. I have to get out. I want to go home now, so... Ah, good. Yeah, that's the one I read last time. Okay, now I have all the notes but these last three rubbings. The way she shakes like that is almost pitiable. She's just I know she's just hungry. Compulsive saver. Just want to be ready in case I run into that damn Morose. Nope. Oh shit! I think I lost him. He seems to be monitoring the woman in there. He's got tabs on everything, even her hair. I can't go down by myself. They'd abandon me there. I know they'd betray me with Naomi. Triangle sign HP and S. This is the answer. I'm betting on yes. On screen are odd ramblings and theories galore. If I had their power, I'd have her once more. Elevator schematics as well. This one-person gondola goes straight to hell. Enter the combo, the snake to your right, then push the center with all of your might. I'm not confused as to what it's about. It must be important, of that I've no doubt. A matrix of buildings and stairways and circuits, with extra-large stooples and fairways and blurkets. At the bottom a telescope, holding straight down, gazing down at a swirling pool of red and brown. There must be hundreds of large rooms and labs to traverse if you need taxicabs. Yes, Strat, both of them, and it's gonna get worse up ahead. There are words in a language I don't understand. It looks like a prayer or some sort of command. There once was a tale of a place very old, a city with streets that were paved in pure gold. A city where humans could be so much more. That was a different time, once before. The breeze flows through the cracks and rifts, like whispers promising great gifts. I've seen this kind of thing before. The figure makes my heart feel sore. See that feel spelled out with an A. An eyeball sits in this tank. The smell of it is beyond rank. Some sort of blue fish that's got human parts too. What on earth is this for? I've got nary a clue. Something has broken out, or else has been freed. Another monster. Now that is the last thing I need. Some sort of thing with two heads and no gown. At the sight of his body, I just want to frown. Lift controls, buttons galore. It's been prepped to drop once more. Oh, that boy, long as he toiled, but I think he's no longer loyal. Something has turned his brains to mush. Does he not get I'm in a rush? He knows the city does exist. His sister, that's caused his resist. He's going to take my dream from me. He wants his sister back, does he? Well, I'm one step ahead, you'll see. A sacrifice is what he'll be. Below this place, the ruins rise. I see the fear in Old Rip's eyes. He thinks there's something that I've missed, but he is wrong, I must insist. There's 2 more souls will suffice. All of them I sacrifice. Death and life are God's domain, so says he who has no brain. Long ago there was a way to be the thing to which they pray. The ancient ones were worshipped here. Each passing day we draw more near. If I can sacrifice enough and maybe do some other stuff, I can make them live again, then I'll decide who dies and when. Alright, I already went there. Philip, I'm ready. I've got what I need. Just tell me what to do and I'll follow your lead. This bright red door leads way down to below. So far only 2 folks have been down there, though. One's name, as I knew it, was Sir Rip Van Vung. He walked like a zombie and had a bad lung. His lift took him down to the old city's gate, but none of us up here knew of Sir Rip's fate. Howard, you've always been my closest friend, so I need you to know that this could be the end. Rip's translations, they tell of a king and a stone. Frankly, they chill me right down to the bone. I guess, my dear friend, what I'm trying to say is you can't kill what's down there. There isn't a way. Just put it to sleep with the ring of the bell, and then when it's over, just run. Run like hell. I don't know if I can bring you back up or not, but this is the only real chance that we've got. Oh, and in case this really is the end, thank you for being my very best friend. Thank you for changing, for listening to me. The elevator's too small. I can't join you, but see. It says here the lift can hold just 1 each hour. It's terribly tiny and takes too much power. So I'll head down first, and you'll join if you can. But I've never much cared to lengthen my lifespan. As humans are mortals, for that is our lot, and life may be short, but it's all that we've got. So if I can give others more time on this earth, I think that's a prospect which carries great worth. No turning back now. The elevator's small, room enough for just one. Being alone, well, it's never been fun. Philip said it takes an hour to rise. That really sucks, but it's no real surprise. As soon as it gets back up there, he'll come too. We'll go mad if he comes here, so there's only one thing to do. Sure. Has he been down here before? The water below seems to fade and retreat. Even this place simply cannot be beat. It's foul in the middle, spiraling down. Sharp-looking rocks, they shape like a crown. Yeah. Ow! Like that. Fuck off. So on a day that the cold winter winds made every old cottage door squeak on its hinge, the king and his city... You know what, I'm gonna see if I can find all of them and then I'll read them all. I see myself. I see my face. The mirror's too clear to be from this old place. The mirrored visage of our hero just smiles. Behind him a void stretches outward for miles. Valthu Alvanish and Slagothrogit! Voice echoes from behind Lauren's rows of teeth. Have you seen my mother? Is she around here? If she's not around, I have so much to fear. Have you seen my mother? Did you know she's dead? Did you know a bullet went straight through her head? I bet you knew it. I bet you did. I bet that's how you ran off and hid. I don't like my mirrors. I don't like my face. I think it's time to get out of this place. But at the same time, I know I can't leave yet. This mirror is something that I need to get. You're the ugliest mirror that I've ever seen. And what's worse, you're terribly nasty and mean. Valrus and Galutha and Slatu Gorsheth. Seems to be waiting a response. Sad naked humans all longing for death. Slogorotho she sha Funri gruff. To only be human is never enough. Yantivashi shlo rakontu nathri. Worship of thee we drop with me. Avuthodorustith marut sar. You'll be free again just as you were before. The ancient shall live evermore. You recite incantations, you know all the words. Your voice like the thunder has hooves of great herds. Your heart speaks much louder than what you have said. Your mind will unravel, you will end up dead. It may be true, but maybe it's not. At this point I don't care if I die and rot. I'm here to do right by an old friend of mine. As long as I do that, I think I'll be fine. In the mirror was nothing but Howard's sad face. Whatever had been there had left in disgrace. Suddenly Howard was holding a key. I have no clue how that happened, so do not ask me. Missed. Ow! You jerk! I think we should leave that guy alone. Put these down for now. Telescope. Now that is certainly fine. I would do anything to make it mine. When I was younger, I might have agreed. I told my mother that's just what I need. We were quite poor, but she saved for a while. And boy, when I got it, how big was my smile. I take it out back, as the old arch's fence, and climb up the junk pile, and that was from whence. And stare at the stars for a bit in return. So excited was I about the things I would learn. And I would come back and head straight for the nook, where mother would meet me and read her book. One night when you came back from the pile, I realized that you had been gone for a while. While you were gone, a foul man had come in, and shot your mother, shot her through with a grin. She was still breathing. I sat with her for a while. She asked if just once I'd show her a smile. We had no phone, so I couldn't call. I did not know what to do, not at all. She bought a telescope, one just for you. It was expensive and payments were due, so the man made her pay and the price was quite high. You sat beside her and you watched her die. You know your friend Philip watched someone die too. What's her name again? That's right, Lady Lou. He couldn't accept that she was really gone, Said it was random, unfair, and just wrong. I've always been a bit different, I know. Some people even have said that I'm slow. I know you can't bring a dead person back. Death is not weak to anyone's attack. There are things on this island that say otherwise, but I have accepted my mother's demise. Very good, Howard. You faced much today. What would you like from my shop, anyway? There's awful hornswogglers about. You say you're fine, but this I doubt. This very patchel will patchel your pockets, so you can shoot more rocks like rockets. This will let you carry more ammo. These monsters go boom or kablamo. Thanks for the help, Nowhere. Oh, crap. No, I think that just stuns them for a second. They have a ranged attack. That's just great. Lawrence Ransom Kent stares at the music notes. He stares at the notes and sits there and floats. I got a key out of that. I hate that his portrait is in the way. The great elder awakes, do whatever it takes. Sure no one enters, how high are the stakes? When the older one's ready, we'll gather the keys. We'll gather our floor and we'll fall to our knees. Time of the bell in Carcosa's morgues, Monolith's home and the flute of the clorg. Place them as needed, we'll look past our faces. We'll place them in each of their most perfect places. Look at that. It's Howard. Alright, let's see the tale of the Ruffings. He came from the shores of the old waters cold. The blasphemous king and his rock led the fold. At the edge of the earth where the ancient spell ring, I have taken their knowledge and now become king. Here in this place, far away from the ancients, I'll make a new land and I'll rule it with patience. I won't pluck you up like those ancient ones did, and with my great stones I shall grant you all bid on scores of incredible things that I'll make. I'll level this island, I'll tear it by rake. I'll build a great city and roll in the dough. I'll give you all the money. I'll scratch them. But there is one small detail I need you to know. Can I build this new land without sacrifice? No. The king was grand, the king was kind, a man of his word, I'm sure you will find. The king had a secret, oh don't you know? A reason that all of his great cities grow. The reason behind his deep, ominous below. Truth, my friend, lies deep and low. The king and his kindness were all gifted by some other old thing that the king kept nearby. He'd talk and he'd listen, and sometimes he'd cry. The king monolith on which he'd rely. Be naked's dreary, be naked's real rough, so said the monolith spouting its stuff. So the king made the clothes, made the cities real big. It wasn't so bad, the king thought of his gig. Until the old rock taught the great king to want more, not just a new town or a new general store. Some brand new task or some stupid old chore, a grand gleaming future he couldn't ignore. And so on a day that the cold winter winds made every old cottage door squeak on its hinge, the king in his city stood tall in town square. The king had a terrible message to share. "Come quickly now and gather close," he said, sounding like he had bees up his nose. "I've got a new doctrine I need you to hear. It's very important, so please lend an ear. You see, all those ancient ones had a good point. Why, as far as I know, we've all gone slumfoint. We've all lost our way, and I need you to know that without some sacrifice, our city won't grow. Now don't you dare worry." "Hurry," the king yelled aloud. "We'll make right in a hurry 'neath the grey winter cloud. Here on this night, native 1225, we'll be rid of the evils that hold back our drive." And as he said this, the king went and did a horrible thing to an innocent kid. "You and your evil shall soon be no more. I'm giving you up to the ancient old core. Davu Du Ris will take hold of you now, and in each Christmas night we'll remember this vow. We'll be rid of the evils, we'll all trust in faith. We'll give up those chosen few children to Maith. Maith will then burn all their bodies away, and then when he's done that, we'll all sing all day. We'll sing to our God, the great Davu Du Ris. We'll sing for our children he takes from our miss. We won't shed a tear, for all of us know that if they were good they would not have to go. And with this small gift, how our city will grow. Oh, the great blessings our God shall bestow." It all happened here on this island, it did. We found the rock, but where's the king hid? Maybe there's more to this tale than we know. When I asked the doctor, he said, "Don't think so." He seems to believe that the king became God, became like the ancient ones. I think that's odd. But not everyone in the old place could attest that the king and his silly rock knew what was best. "Kids can't be evil," they yelled in protest. The king laughed them up with a "Surely you jest." As for what happened next, well, it took many years. It took many children and a few late-night beers, but eventually people, they'd had quite enough. They stormed the king's castle, they took all his stuff. And in the ensuing Arigamaruf, they took a few soldiers, they took a few boats, they took the king's body and stuffed it with oats. Stood him up proper, smack dab in town square, and then they got up and abandoned him there. And that's where he stayed, all gross and decayed, with a look on his face that said, "I'm quite dismayed. If you go now where the winters are colder, I'll tell you exactly the burden you'll shoulder. Don't look for the rock, don't look for the endless, don't look where you'll find that which drove him to madness. Because as King breathed his last breath, he gave up the last knowledge that he had left. At the edge of the earth where the ancient bells ring, I took hold of their knowledge and made myself king. And one day warm waters will sink beneath colder. The city is ancient, but this island is older." Robardin awoke in a strange place indeed, no longer a sick man, no longer in need. Now in this old wilderness out of his bed, he noticed that every tree was long dead. He noticed a hunter in animal's clothes, a hunter consumed by the things that he loathes. Eventually finding an old weathered stone, it was covered in moss, but the letters still shone. Robardin's name carved in the rock that outlived him, in the city where sunlight had always been dim. I can't understand it. Is this grave a key? It shows symbols and rocks, but it's all Greek to me. The inverted triangle, it matches the floor in a place that I've been to before. Oh, there's the key. He didn't see me. Did you see them down there in the bottom right? Now we can go on. That fella's collectible.
Howard could see it, could see the deep past, could see the far future, the future so vast. He felt his corneas freeze and reheat. He felt like a pile of damp, writhing meat. The great older one slept beneath Great Mar Isle. None knew for how long, but it had been for a while. And as for the island, with rocks shaped like teeth, it was the mouth of the serpent, swore Keith. Howard saw everything. He knew it all. And then he saw God. The great elder stood tall. Howard knew that he couldn't take down the great beast, but put it back to sleep? He could do that, at least. He closed his eyes once. He pictured his friend. Howard wasn't a dunce. He knew this was the end.
Try that again. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, let's try this again.
Howard.
Gotta watch out for those attacks. Yeah, that is a cool design, including ancient ones. Oh my
Howard,
God.
I love you, his mother once said. His mother, who got shot and ended up dead. Oh, come on, Howard, you don't have to cry, Philip had said when he waved him goodbye. He had heard everything, seen everything, too. He had come here knowing just what to do.
You might not be dead,
Howard said with a sigh.
but you'll stay here sleeping till all humans die.
Then, like a rocket, he moved back and forth. He saw the great kingdom of Slurgothogorth. And still, for some reason, this brown-wearing lad managed to keep himself from going mad. He saw and he heard and he felt and he feared all manner of things which were cosmic and weird. He saw every world, every game, every tale. He then got devoured by a giant whale, and then all went black for a moment or two. But when he woke up, Howard knew what to do. All through the city, the Ancient Ones wailed. This was a disaster. Their prophecies failed. Soon enough, though, they became as before. They sat in their city and waited once more. They chanted in tongues and they sang their great praise. The Elder will rise again one of these days. And as for poor Howard, well, he tried to run, till a rock smashed his leg and his journey was done. For a time he said nothing, no, nothing at all. He did not cry, did not wail, did not bawl.
I've done a great thing today,
Howard said.
and so I suppose, if I have met my end, I can be happy, for the Elder still sleeps, and he'll stay down here sleeping with all of these creeps.
Howard saw spiders. He saw Nessie, too.
Now go to sleep. That means all of you.
And after he saw the last little eldritch bug, it found itself snug in the last eldritch rug. Howard just smiled, his leg torn to shreds, till a rock hit his face, and he saw shades of reds. Then, suddenly, as his consciousness faded, Howard saw Philip, and he felt so elated. He was so happy he wanted to shout, but tired grunting was all that came out. Then all went black.
All right. Let's get you home.
He struggled just a little bit, but somehow Philip made both fit. The elevator groaned and swayed, with sounds that made him feel dismayed. Finally, they reached the top of that horrid reddish shaft. When they got out, Phil heard a pop. Then Phil almost sort of laughed. "You'll never make it down there now," Philip said. "That is my vow." Then Phil walked and carried his friend until they finally reached the end. But Montgomery's boat had been destroyed. What tricks had Doc Morose employed? That's when Phil heard from behind.
You think that I have lost my mind? You think I've gone stark raving mad? When I only want what I once had. You should understand that. I'm like that idiot in the brown hat.
Philip sighed. There was nowhere to run. This was the end. Their journey was done. That's when Philip saw the beak, and at that moment heard a shriek. Not from Howard, who was still knocked out, not from Philip, who was too tired to shout, but from Morose, caught in a grab by Nessie, who'd escaped the lab.
That's what happens
She
when you
tore
don't feed your
and
pet.
ripped and made new bends.
Especially
She
when they're
smoked
giants and
the
carnivorous.
doctor's slimy green ends. Then she smiled at Philip and licked Philip's face, as if to say, "I don't belong."
No, that
in
was the
this
doctor's
place."
wife.
Howard
Ghost.
awoke with a great sense of pain. "Good, you're awake," Philip said. "You're insane. I cannot believe that you pulled that off, man."
Believe me,
Howard choked up some blood.
I can.
The two laughed a moment,
Wait, how do we leave?
said Howard, in desperate need of reprieve. Phil smiled. "I've got something hid up my sleeve." The two boarded Nessie, who swam to the shore. She wasn't as scary as she'd been before.
Well,
Perhaps
she's
a good meal
friend-shaped.
was all that she needed. Going unfed would
What
turn
is it? I don't
anyone.
understand. She's cute.
Eventually, Howard and Philip reached town, but nobody tied the great yellow beast down. And Howard was met with a mad-looking mob, a mob which was led by a copper named Bob. But Phil wasn't having it, and he sent away all of the folks who had gathered that day. The cops stormed the island and they shut it down, and rumors about it spread all throughout town. Howard and Philip and Nessie, all three, worked for Angelique and lived happily. That's how a boat stolen late in the night led a man named Howard to face a great fright. The journey was long and quite difficult too, so thank you for playing our game, all of you. You fought tooth and nail and survived all night long, so now enjoy credits and of course a theme song. Howard and Philip are once again close. They've escaped from the island of Dr.
Morose. What a game, man. What a game. I fully admit to cheating a little bit, but it was all on the sense of not wanting to make an idiot of myself running around looking like an idiot. But I had a blast with this game. I've been looking forward to this ever since I saw the demo and the trailers for it back in, I think it was last fall, and I'm really happy to have finally gotten a chance to have played it and experienced it. It was a blast from beginning to end. I kind of grew up on old point-and-click adventure games, and I guess they've always held a special place in my heart. And something like that, scratching an itch for Dr. Seuss, who also holds a special place in my heart after I went to college in Springfield, Massachusetts, and H.P. Lovecraft, who you all probably know is someone that I am deeply infatuated with. All three great things made into a solid game was incredible. Thank you all to the developers. You made a great product here, and I hope that you take pride in everything that you did. Especially Miles Clark, right there, who made this phenomenal soundtrack. I really hope it goes on. I know it's on Spotify. I really hope it goes on iTunes one day so I can buy it and support the art, support you guys that way. This was a great game. This was a great time. I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and thank you to the developers.